Hi, today we're going to learn how to use VPN to stay secure and private online. Wow, this is a tough job. Just kidding. When you use NordVPN, all it takes is just a single click. See for yourself. Click, and you're browsing securely on public Wi-Fi. Click, your ISP can't see what you do online. Click, and you're in a different country. Well, virtually. Any device you have there, NordVPN has you covered. Everything else is just details. But if you care to know more, NordVPN has more than 5,000 servers all over the world. It protects your sensitive data with advanced encryption, shields you from malware and phishing sites, and keeps no logs of your online activity.
Click link in the description and get 68% discount for your first order. Project and workplace setup. Seal your project if it has a porous surface. When you apply flock, you're actually sticking a fine powder to a layer of special adhesive. If the surface isn't sealed, the adhesive might soak into the wood instead of creating a sticky surface. Apply your sealant of choice to your project, whether it's shellac. Let the sealant dry and cure completely before adding any flocking powder. If your project isn't porous, then you don't have to worry about this. Sand any non-wood surface so the adhesive sticks better. Grab any kind of sandpaper and buff over the surface you plan on flocking. Keep sanding until the surface feels rough to the touch. Tape off the sections of your project that you don't plan on flocking. Chances are you aren't flocking your entire project. In this case, apply strips of painter's tape all around the section you plan on flocking. This way, the powder won't get on the outer sections of your handiwork. Place small projects in a lined cardboard box. Cardboard boxes are a great, protective option for your workspace, since the sides help catch any stray powder during the flocking process. For easy cleanup, arrange a plastic bag along the inside of the box. Then, place your project inside for safekeeping. If your project is too big to fit in a cardboard box, move it to a large, open area, like a garage. Place your project on a sturdy surface, like a sawhorse, and lay out some drop cloths or plastic sheeting for easier cleanup. Flock applicator setup. Slip on a dust mask and a pair of plastic gloves. Flocking powder tends to go everywhere, and it's easy to breathe by mistake if you aren't wearing a mask. Then, protect your skin from the sticky adhesive with a pair of disposable plastic gloves. Separate your flocking applicator into 2 tubes. A flocking applicator looks like a cross between a pepper shaker and a handheld balloon pump. One section of the tube is perforated, which helps you apply the flock in a smooth, polished layer. The other section is closed off and is where you'll add the flocking powder. You can find flocking applicators, powder, and adhesive online or at some specialty stores. Fill the bottom unperforated tube halfway with flocking powder. Scoop out the powder from its bag or container and dump it into the applicator. It's okay if you scoop a little more than you need. You can reuse any leftover powder later on. Slide the perforated tube section on top of the lower half. Align the perforated section on top of the lower half and push it into place. Your flocking powder and applicator are now ready to go. Adhesive and flock application. Pick an adhesive that matches your flocking powder. Flock powder and flocking adhesive are a package deal. For a smooth, consistent color on your project, choose an adhesive that exactly matches your flocking powder. For instance, if your flock powder is blue, choose a blue flocking adhesive for your project. Brush the adhesive quickly over the surface you'd like to flock. Dip a small 1 in 2.5 cm paint brush into adhesive can. Apply the product all over your project in smooth strokes, creating a thin layer of adhesive. Try to do this as quickly and efficiently as possible. Flocking adhesive dries very quickly, and you only have a 15-minute window to apply both the adhesive and flocking powder. You can also use spray-on adhesive to get the job done a little more quickly. Spray larger projects with an adhesive spray gun. Fill up your gun with a diluted adhesive mixture: 1 US tablespoon 15 ml of flocking adhesive to 1 US pt 470 ml of mineral spirits should do the trick. Spritz an even layer of adhesive over the entire surface that you plan on flocking. Hold the flocking powder applicator at a 90-degree angle. Hold the applicator at a downward angle, about 8 to 10 in 20 to 25 cm above your project. Check that the perforated end of the applicator faces your project. Pump the flocking applicator to spread the powder over the surface. A flocking pump works really similarly to a handheld balloon pump. Simply twist and pump the bottom half of the applicator in quick, rapid motions to spray the powder. Move the applicator back and forth so you cover the entire surface that you'd like to flock, such as the sides. Apply flock to larger projects with an air-assisted spray gun. Attach a flock canister to an air-assisted spray gun, which offers more efficient coverage for your project. Set the compressor around 10-15 psi, holding the gun about 8 to 10 in 20 to 25 cm away from the surface you'd like to flock. Hold the gun at a 90-degree angle and spray the flock all over your desired surface. The higher the psi setting, the more often you'll need to refill your flock canister. Always check that flock is coming out of the canister. If you spray compressed air onto your project, you'll end up drying the adhesive. Drying and curing times. Let the flock dry for 10 minutes 15 hours. While flock is applied really quickly, it takes a lot longer to set. Keep your project in an open area where it can air dry. If you're in a rush, set a non-blowing heating lamp at least 18 and 46 cm away from the recently flocked surface. This will lower the total drying time to 7 hours. Dust off any loose flocking powder with a clean brush. In light, gentle strokes, wipe away any stray powder that didn't end up sticking to the adhesive. Go over all the surfaces you flocked so your finished project is smooth and clean. Transfer any leftover flocking powder to the original container. Pick up the plastic bag beneath your project and place it along the opening of your flock bag or container. Pour all the unused powder back into the container so you can reuse it for your next project. This might be a bit trickier to do if you're working on a big project in a large workspace. Just do the best that you can. Wait 3 minutes 7 days for the flocking to cure. Although the flocking is dried, it still isn't totally cured. Let the project dry for at least 3 days before placing anything on the flock surface. You can transport the project to a different spot, just be really careful when you move it around.